Sports Wrap, sponsored by Cox, bringing us closer.
His days as coach are over, but Old Dominion officials are not happy after discovering that their former football coach, Bobby Wilder, may have secretly been in talks to join a conference rival. I'm Bruce Rader. Well, it may have been 3 years ago, but a story that leaked out this week that Coach Wilder had serious talks about moving to Florida Atlantic has some folks disappointed and others just plain angry. It reportedly happened after the Monarchs finished their regular season back in 2016 and were preparing for the Bahamas Bowl. An online piece Tuesday written by longtime South Florida reporter Chuck King told the story of how then FAU athletic director Pat Chun had extensive talks with Wilder about leaving ODU and taking over the Owls program. If this did indeed happen, and several sources have told me it did, Coach Wilder did not inform his boss, athletic director Wood Seelig. Dr. Seelig did not want to do an interview, but he said in an email to me today that if Coach Wilder intentionally failed to disclose this contact with FAU, well, this would have been in violation of his employment contract, which required him to inform ODU if he was contacted or engaged in conversations with any other institution. Coach Wilder was a hot item back then, and Florida Atlantic had deep pockets and some excellent players coming back. An offer from them would have been tough not to consider by a coach with only 3 years of FBS experience, but things quickly changed when Alabama offensive coordinator Lane Kiffin decided he might want the FAU job after all. Kiffin had been the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, the University of Tennessee, and Southern Cal. FAU president Dr. John Kelly and his board of visitors told their athletic director Kiffin was their man, and if there was an offer made to Coach Wilder, it was rescinded. So why is this even a story? Why wouldn't any of us be willing to move to Boca Raton for what at the time seemed to be a better job and a possible $300,000 raise? Well, at the same time, Dr. Seelig was convincing Monarch supporters to ante up hundreds of thousands of dollars to give Coach Wilder a nice contract extension. And while he stated today that he doesn't deny coaches the opportunity to have these discussions, he merely wants to know about it. And he says, if this story is true, he is disappointed that neither Coach Wilder or his agent, Dennis Cordell, informed him of their contact with Florida Atlantic, as was spelled out in Coach Wilder's contract. Now, regardless of what may or may not have happened back in 2016, I will reiterate what I said at this time on Monday. Bobby Wilder will forever be known as one of the most influential and perhaps beloved figures in Hampton Roads sports history, and remembered as the architect of Old Dominion football.